No, dude. He's super wrong here. It's like truly awful. YouTube search is like more useless than Google. Guys, come up with some people whose views have fallen off. And I could pinpoint probably why. This might be interesting. YouTube algorithm changes are crushing music content creators. I probably have a differing opinion on this, so let's see. All right, let's hear out Bolo here.
Man, the YouTube music community is kind of going through it right now because seems like the algorithm has changed a little bit.
Well, based on what though? Based on what? I don't know, dude. My shit's doing fine.
And man, it's getting a little weird out here. Bolo!
I don't think there are any changes. I don't know. I feel like it's just such like a mysterious, mystical thing that people are like, oh, did they change it or something? My videos aren't doing as well. They must have changed it. You know, they changed it that one time a long time ago. They must have changed it.
Okay, so if you've been doing YouTube for a while and you have some sort of a following, you know it's going to be that 1 or 2 times out the year where there's like a YouTube algorithm change or fix or whatever they want to call it that just kind of decreases like viewership and everything else. And one thing that I did notice,
I don't know. I've never really noticed that in particular.
Is when I, scroll through YouTube.
Is that this guy? Because I don't even know who that guy is. I was actually going to sample him in my new song.
You got people like Weaverbeats. Weaverbeats. When was the last time you seen him make a beat on his channel?
Yeah. You know what? This guy's right. Fuck that guy. He's always talking about the news. Well, I got some news for you. Where are your beats, pal? Why aren't you making beats on your channel like everyone else?
But I want to watch some of my favorite YouTubers. I noticed that their numbers were like really low. And I noticed that my numbers are low, but I've been through this before, and if you
I mean, guys, I don't know how to say this without sounding like a fucking dickhead. How do I say this, guys? Edit your shit better. Edit your shit. That's the thing. Like, if people are able to get through your videos and they enjoy them and they want to watch more of them, then they're going to tune in next time. And like, if you are lazy with your editing, or if you're lazy with your delivery, not scripting things, or at the very least, if you're not going to script it, you got to edit it well. That's the reason why a lot of people are not continuing to tune in. I don't think it's as simple as like they changed the algorithm, therefore people are not watching. That's the only explanation. I don't know. I just feel like there are other explanations. I don't think it's just as this simple.
1 or 2 times out of the year, the things kind of reset, and you got to kind of think like, okay, this is what's going on. We just got to weather.
I will during Wav Wars, when we do Wav Wars. That's like the only time I like to make beats on stream.
The storm, it's going to be all good. It's going to correct itself. However, this time is a little bit weirder because I'm seeing certain people who have a massive following who on the regular has, at least 15, 20, 30,000 views. Some of these people are getting like 2,000, 1,000, 3,000 views. And I know that something ain't right.
Bro, okay. What I don't like about this is like, you got to give an example. You know what I mean? Like, who are you talking about? Who are we talking about? The thing is like, you got to keep in mind, okay, from the way I understand the algorithm works is it recommends it to people that subscribe to you and people it thinks may be interested. So this may be people that aren't subscribed to your channel, but people in the same niche that watch similar types of content. And so if you do something a bit different or the people are not going to be interested in, it's not going to get that same audience, And the thing is, if it doesn't get to that original first bucket, it has to fill up like different buckets, I think, before it moves on to the next ones, right? If it doesn't fill up this one bucket of like, recommended viewers, then it's not going to move on to the next one. Like, it's like if your video does well, then it's going to do even better.
I'm like a 4,500 to like a 8K on a video. And then some videos might go 20, 30, 40, 50. Some might do 100. But I'm around about that 45 to like 8K. And I'm cool with that. But to see some other people that are on here, some other creators that are on here, and they're getting like views less than me, and I know the type of following that they have, and I know.
See, the thing is, subs don't matter that much, bro. Like subs don't matter. It's all about recommendations and views. Like, you can have look at Busy. He's got 1.4 million subs or something. Like, he struggles to crack 1,000, but he does get views on like some of his backlog videos. I don't know how that works exactly. It doesn't mean anything. The amount of subscribers is pretty much meaningless.
The type of viewership that they have, that's kind of concerning because I know whatever the algorithm what they say the algorithm change is, it's affecting not just me, but it's affecting them as well. And I noticed that in the YouTube music community with some of my favorite creators. And like, I know that, you know, they always come out and say, hey, you know, it could be your thumbnail. It could be the time of day you post. It could be your content.
Okay, hold on. First of all, the time of day does not matter, because it does in the short term, but it doesn't in the long term, because it'll still try to push it to people, you know? It says the guy with 66,000 subscribers. That's kind of small compared to a lot of these other people, though. I wouldn't say it doesn't matter at all. I wouldn't say it doesn't matter at all, but it doesn't have like a direct correlation on the viewership, or not as closely of a correlation that people think it does.
To be honest with you, I think that's BS. Like, I really think it's bullshit.
Dude, titles and thumbnails are huge. What are you talking about? No, dude. He's super wrong here. I've changed titles and thumbnails and watched it go from like a fucking like rank 7 out of 10 to like 1 or 2 out of 10. Like, bro, it can make such a big difference, bro. Like, the title and thumbnail is huge.
You post, it could be your content, which, to be honest with you, I think that's BS. Like, I really think it's bullshit, and excuse my language.
Nah, yeah, he's tripping, dude. Yeah, the content, like whether or not people watch it, like at least halfway or all the way through, and then the title and thumbnail, like the title and thumbnail almost matters more than the content, which is kind of fucked up, you know? I don't know. Like, I feel like if you've ever really experimented with titles and thumbnails and tried changing them in a way, and you've like actually seen it like work better, then you would know that it's not bullshit. Because I've done it like so many times. I've watched it like change it so many times for the worse and better. And usually if it goes worse, I switch it back. But like I'll tweak on that if I feel like the video's not doing well enough.
I think with the way that YouTube is set up right now, to where they're trying to pump out so much content, where they're trying to put everybody pretty much on a level playing field, I think that it's just so much content being pushed at people that even if you follow somebody, the person that you follow may get pushed down in order for YouTube to push you new stuff that you don't even follow.
That could be a thing, but I doubt it. I doubt it's like as big of a thing as he's saying it is. That's one reason it helps to, like, you know, to put out more videos. But another thing too, though, is like, okay, so like on my second channel, for instance, I'll get recommended videos for my main channel, like even though like I haven't posted it in weeks. You know what I mean? Like, it's been weeks since I had posted it. Like, I know it's not trying to, like, it doesn't just like discard it. Like, it may be sliding in these like new recommendations here and there from like smaller channels, but I don't think it's like not recommending like people that you've watched before anymore because of it.
I really want to say to everybody in the YouTube music community, like, this is going to happen. And I've seen some videos talking about it. Some people were kind of like concerned with like their views and stuff like that. And I can't remember the guy, man. He's been on here for a very long time too, man. He's a producer, really chill guy. I got to remember his name, man. But he actually talked about it a couple weeks ago because his viewership is like super low. Like,
he's so chill. I just can't remember his fucking name.
The 7s and 800s.
He's so chill. He just blends in, dude.
And he used to have like a lot of good views. And I noticed, like, right now with how they changed everything from basically like a chronological order to now it's like if you search for something, then boom, you might go.
Bro, this is not a new change. It's been like this for years and years. And yeah, we can all agree on that. YouTube search is like awful. It's like truly awful. YouTube search is like more useless than Google.
On your phone, you might see 100 shorts of what you just searched, but then you can't even find the certain creator that you subscribe to. You might see a lot of small creators, because I know YouTube is actually trying to help out a lot of.
Okay, so I feel like they do push smaller creators a little more now, but it's not like a lot. Like, they're not just gonna like fill up your whole like recommendations with like like 99% of like people getting like 30 views. You know what I mean? It'll be like 1 usually, from what I've seen. It'll be like 1, and then like everything else. And then if you keep scrolling down, like maybe eventually you'll see another one.
Small creators, which I think that's cool. But I think that if somebody has a certain amount of subscribers, they're continuing to push out the same type of content, They're staying consistent.
So wait, hold on. I'm sorry to pause so much, but I have so much to say about this. So the thing is like pushing out the same content forever, that's actually not a good thing. Like you wanted like, that's why one reason I've kind of considered switching up to like the video essays on the main channel, because they say like if you keep doing the same thing forever, people are going to lose interest, you know? At a certain point, you do have to switch it like every like, I don't know how many years, like 5 years, 4 years or something. But yeah, like the same thing is not going to work forever also.
Why is that not being honored the same way as trying to honor, you know, some of the smaller creators, which we've all were small creators at some point. And I think that all small creators should, of course, get their just due. But also, I think that if you've built a community, I think that your community should be notified and should be sent your videos, especially
do a dissection
when
you
put them out there. I don't know exactly what's been going on, but I've seen some videos where people were saying that they have like this new AI tool to where basically it goes through your video and it checks to see if your video is consistent with the title and the thumbnail and all this stuff, which I think they're testing or something like that right now. I went to a content creators page who talks about nothing but content creation. He said that, and somebody else said that too. And
I wish they would like actually reference like real things here. You know what I mean? Like this is one thing I like to do when I'm doing like a video or stream. I like to actually reference something that I can prove is real. You know what I mean? I don't like just talking about something and not having like proof to back it up. I do think they do some sort of thing where it searches through the captions. I don't know if it compares to the title and thumbnail though, but that is possible, because I did do like one kind of clickbait title one time and it did really well at first, but it started crashing out. It went from like 1 out of 10 to like 7 or 8 out of 10. Like really quickly after like a few hours. And that kind of made me wonder if there was something like going on where like, you know, kind of like can sense that there's like some major clickbait or something.
I was like, dang, like they're using AI right now to basically determine if they want to push your content out to more people, which I don't think that that's cool. I think that if somebody came to follow you, well, subscribe to you, I think that they came to watch your specific type of content. I think that if you put your content out, your subscribers should be notified. Your content should be pushed out to them more than content that they're not subscribed to. Now, I could be tricked.
You know what? I do agree with that a little bit. I think there should be some bias towards it where it's like it tries to like push like someone you're subscribed to a little bit more, at least like, you know, like 30% more than someone you're not subscribed to. There should be something like that.
Because, you know, I'm one of these people who will get on here and I'll rant and I'll talk. But if I'm tripping, y'all let me know. Okay? If y'all feel that the small subscribers should get their push, okay? If you feel that's your thing, you let me know. But if you feel like, if you're a creator and you feel like somebody is subscribed to you to watch your certain type of content and you feel like that your content should be...
See, that's another thing too. Like that's the reason why the title and thumbnail are so important in my opinion, because you will stand out regardless. You know, like if the colors are popping, if there's, you know, flames or something, or making like a fucking gay shocked face, you will stand out more and people will click on it, whether to subscribe to you or not. So there is a way around it. Is it the greatest thing in the world? No, not really, but it works. It does work.
Push to them before somebody that they're not subscribed to. Y'all let me know as well. But I have noticed that the YouTube producer / music community is getting cooked right now with these new changes. And I don't know how long it's going to last. Like I said before, this stuff happens maybe like once or twice every single year where things get a little rocky.
I just wish he gave references to who he's talking about. You know what I mean? Because that's what I want to know. You know, we could actually like look into it and see like what is actually happening, right? Name some creators we could see. Guys, come up with some people whose views have fallen off, and I could pinpoint probably why. I could probably pinpoint why, and it's probably not the algorithm.
You just kind of, you know, you got to kind of ride the wave a little bit with it, but it still seems a little weird, like how a lot of creators, even people who have way more followers than me, and that put out really good content. Now, I'm not saying the ones who got followers that's putting out, you know, like BS content, but I'm talking about people who have a really good following that put out great content, shoot great videos. you know, stay on subject. They hook you in, you watch the whole video. They do everything that's right. The thumbnails are right, everything that's right. And their views have like plummeted in the past couple weeks. And I just think
past
that
couple weeks.
something
So this was 3 weeks ago. So past couple weeks, so April.
is going on. But, you know, like always, you just kind of got to kind of weather the storm in a sense. I'm cool where I'm at because as long as I get, you know, a few views and people kind of, you know, acknowledge the video, I'm cool. But I know some people's livelihoods depend on YouTube. Now, mine necessarily doesn't depend.
Oh, yeah. Not me.
But I know some people have to pay bills. I know some people have to take care of a few things, you know, keep upgrading their equipment to keep bringing great content. And what I don't want to have is a lot of great YouTubers that actually make great content. I don't want.
Hey. Is it gonna read it? Is it gonna read it? Dun 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 dun.
Always great
Dun-dun.
content.
Yeah. Hey, thank you very much, Uncle Chris. I appreciate that, man. Thank you very much for the $10.
Them to go somewhere else, or they stop doing YouTube, because that means that if you have all the good content creators, you know, being punished for making good content just for the sake.
See, I don't know if anyone's really being punished for making good content. You mean it is possible though? It is possible to make a really good video and then have a really bad title and thumbnail. That's a worst case scenario in my opinion of like, you know, making really good content and then it not performing. But in that case, you got to just remember like, hey, I put in a lot of work to this video and I need to tweak the title and thumbnail until it works. You just got to remember that. Like, you got to remember like, hey, I put in a lot of work to this. I can't just move on to the next one until I like get the worth out of this one. And like me and Venus Theory have talked about this a lot before, like how much like title and thumbnail is like, it matters. You know what I mean? It really fucking matters. Like we were like comparing like analytics and like how like, you know, how we've seen it like make it work a lot better. Like I could honestly pull up, you know, maybe I will do this. I can honestly pull up a few times where I've changed the title and thumbnail and you can see like a giant fucking spike.
Newer creators, then that means we're going to have, you know, content that's not as good anymore. And
it could be
nobody
better.
wants that. We always want to have some decent content and we want to be able to watch the people that we subscribe to. Now, if you're subscribed to somebody and they might not be doing what they're supposed to do, yeah, I can see that. But if you have certain people, like I know certain people who I'm subscribed to right now that put out really good content and their numbers are plummeting, then we might have an issue. So y'all let me know if I'm tripping. If you let me know if you feel that.
Well, obviously good content is subjective, but like, you know, well, for instance, like let's look at what bad content is. You know what I mean? Like not edited, not scripted. And like if you're not going to script it, then you should edit it very well and maybe retake things if you didn't. It's going to be up to the viewer. It's going to be up to the viewer. They're going to know when they watch it if something is good or not. But it's like it's usually going to be stuff that's lazy though. You know, stuff that's lazy, not edited, not prepared well, maybe not getting to the point properly. Changing the title and thumbnail. Pretty sure I changed it on this one. Like it can actually help, and it can help in the like long term too. It doesn't even have to be short term. It's a stream okay, guys. Oh my god. Dun 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 dun. Stream good? Okay. Is it good on YouTube? Okay, okay. Sorry, I looked over to the right and it was doing like the little Doctor Strange thing.